Brand name Zithromax / Z-Pak, generic name azithromycin. Therapeutic class macrolide antibiotic. Indication bacterial infections. Considerations take 2 tablets, others 1 tab at the same original time. Brand name Cipro, generic name ciprofloxacin. Therapeutic class fluoroquinolone antibiotic. Indication bacterial infections. Special considerations tendon ruptures, alternative to penicillin, anaphylaxis. Brand name Avelox, generic name moxifloxacin. Therapeutic class fluoroquinolone antibiotic. Indication bacterial infections. Considerations tendon ruptures, alternative to penicillin, anaphylaxis. Brand name Vaxilite, generic name valganciclovir. Therapeutic class antiviral. Indication viral infections. Considerations category X in pregnancy. Can kill fetus and mom. Brand name Ceftin, generic cefuroxime. Therapeutic class cephalosporin antibiotic. Indication bacterial infection. Consideration cefuroxime injection is sometimes, and it treats bacterial infections of ear, nose, throat, and more. Brand name Sovaldi, generic sofosbuvir. Therapeutic class antiviral. Indication hepatitis C. Considerations used in people who have HIV or liver cancer. Brand name Zofirax, generic acyclovir. Therapeutic class antiviral. Indication viral infections. Treats infections caused by herpes or genital herpes, cold sores, and chickenpox. Brand name Mavuret, generic name Ledbearproductions. Therapeutic class antiviral combination. Indication hepatitis C. Special consideration do not use if liver issues. Brand name Epivir, generic lamivudine. Class antiviral. Indication viral infections. Consideration taken with or without food. Brand name Zofran, generic name Odenstraton. Brand name Zofran, generic name ondansetron. Therapeutic class antiemetic drug. Indication nausea and vomiting. Pharmacology avoid procainamide, aminodarone, and macrolide antibiotics because it causes dangerous effects on the heart. Brand name Plaquenil, generic name hydrochloroquine. Therapeutic class antimalarial drug. Indication malaria, RA, systemic lupus. Pharmacology can cause dangerous effects on your heart. Do not take with Zithromax. Brand name Lidoderm, generic lidocaine. Therapeutic class anesthetic. Indication pain reduction. Pharmacology fatal if too much is absorbed, mainly in the heart. Livaquine, generic name chlorhexidine. Therapeutic class disinfectant / antiseptic. Indication prevent infection. Pharmacology can cause Livaquine, generic name levofloxacin. The class fluoroquinolone antibiotic. Indication bacterial infections. Pharmacology can cause tendon ruptures and damage the aorta. Brand name Sandimmune, Nerolol. Generic name cyclosporin E. Therapeutic class immunosuppressant. Indication help to accept organ transplants. Pharmacology Black's Bach Borne. Brand name Vibromycin, Doxy 100, Monodox. Generic name doxycycline. Therapeutic class tetracycline antibiotic. Indication bacterial infection, UTI, RTI. Pharmacology may cause NVD, skin rash, vaginal discharge, severe headaches, and more. Protect patient from sunlight. Chitril / Sustol. Generic name Granicetron. Therapeutic class antiemetic drug. Indication prevent nausea and vomiting caused by cancer treatments. Pharmacology used to treat alcohol dependence and / duplicate therapy if taken with Zofran. Brand name Otrexup, Rehumatrix, Trexol. Generic name methotrexate. Abbreviation MTX. Therapeutic class DMARD. Disease modifying antihumatic drug. Indication cancer, RA, psoriasis. Pharmacology do not take if pregnant. Enbrel / Erelzelli. Generic name Antrancept. Therapeutic class DMARD. Indication arthritis. Pharmacology no with immunosuppressant drugs and can weaken the immune system. Brand name Stellara. Generic ustekinumab. Therapeutic class monoclonal antibody. Indication: psoriasis, arthritis. Pharmacology: flu-like symptoms and nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, headache, vaginal yeast or UTIs, bronchitis or stomach pain, and more. Remicade, Inflectra, Renaflexis, generic name, Infliximab. Therapeutic class: monoclonal antibody. Indication: psoriasis, arthritis. Pharmacology: may increase risk of developing cancer. Brand name: Gilenya, generic, Fingolimod. Therapeutic class: immunomodulator. Indication: MS, resulting in nerve damage, disrupting communications between the brain and body. Affects the motor skills. Pharmacology: do not use if you have a serious heart condition. Brand name: Areva, generic, leflunomide. Indication: inflammation, RA. Class: anti-hemolytic drug. Pharmacology: do not use if you have pregnancy or severe liver damage. Asulfidine, generic, sulfasaline, anti-hemolytic drug. Indication: inflammation, RA. Pharmacology: stomach upset, nausea, vomiting, loss of appetite, sulfa drug like allergy. Brand: Celcept, generic, mycophenolate. Therapeutic class: immunosuppressant. Indication: liver or heart transplants. Helps with psoriasis too. Pharmacology: do not take if pregnant. Brand name: Reglan, generic name, metochloroporamide. Therapeutic class: dopamine antagonist. Indication: heartburn due to HIV. Special considerations: never used for more than 12 weeks. Brand: AAA, generic, raltegravir. Therapeutic class: integrase inhibitor. Indication: HIV. Special considerations: can cause severe or fatal liver problems. Brand: Isentress, generic, raltegravir. Therapeutic class: integrase inhibitor. Indication: HIV. Considerations: can cause severe skin reaction that can be fatal. Brand: Biaxin, generic, coliformycin. Therapeutic class: macrolide antibiotic. Indication: bacterial infection. Considerations: treat and prevent infections. Brand: Epogen, generic, Epoten alpha. Therapeutic class: human erythropoietin. Indication: treats anemia caused by HIV. Considerations: work by signaling bone marrow to make more red blood cells. Brand: Truvada/Descovy, generic, emtricitabine/tenofovir. Class: NRTI, nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors. Indication: HIV. Consideration: used with other medications to treat HIV. Tivicay, generic, dolutegravir. Therapeutic class: INSTI, INSTI, integrase stand transfer inhibitor. HIV. Indication. Consideration: do not take Waticosin, may cause birth defects, category X. Brand: Retrovir, generic, Sidovudine. Therapeutic class: NRTI. Indication: HIV. Considerations: used during childbirth to keep the mother from passing HIV to the baby. It does not cure HIV or AIDS, but may slow the process and progress of the disease and prolong life. Brand: Ticosin, generic, dofetilide. Therapeutic class: horrific drug with class 3. Indication: irregular heartbeat caused by HIV. Considerations: used to restore normal heart rhythm and maintain a regular, steady heartbeat. No lidocaine. Brand: Rayos, generic, prednisone. Therapeutic class: corticosteroid. Indication: inflammation. Pharmacology: can weaken the immune system. Should not be given more than 10 days in men. Bonavia, generic, ibendronate or ibodronic acid. Class: bisophonates. Indication: slows bone loss and maintains strong bones and reduces the risk of broken bones. Pharmacology: back pain, headache, nausea, diarrhea, or flu-like symptoms. Brand: Fosamax, generic, alendronate. Class: bisophonates. Indication: prevention of postmenopausal osteoporosis or steroid-induced osteoporosis. Dizziness, lightheadedness, weakness, drowsiness, headache, nausea, diarrhea. Pharmacology. Acetonol, generic, risedronate or risedronic acid. Class, bisulfonates. Indication, treatment and prevention of glucocorticoid-induced osteoporosis in men and women. Treats and prevents. Pharmacology, back pain, headache, nausea, diarrhea. Reclassed, generic, zoledronic acid. Therapeutic class, bisulfonate. Indication, prevent and slow bone loss. Pharmacology, do not take a pregnant. Brand, Herceptin, generic, trastuzumab. Therapeutic class, monoclonal antibody. Indication, breast and stomach cancer. Pharmacology, don't take a pregnant. Brand, Sensipar, generic, Sinacalcet. Brand name, Sensipar, generic, Sinacalcet. Therapeutic class, calcium mimetic. Indication, hyperparathyroidism and hyperkalemia. Pharmacology, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. Brand name, Alimta, generic, Pemetrexed. Therapeutic class, anti-neoplastic. Indication, lung cancer. Pharmacology, do not take a pregnant. Avastin, generic, bevacizumab. Therapeutic class, anti-neoplastic. Indication, cancer. Pharmacology, may cause bleeding. Brand name, Flowbred, generic, prednisolone. Therapeutic class, corticosteroid. Avoid cuts and bleedings. Indication, inflammation. Pharmacology, edema, insomnia, mood changes, thinning skin, slow wound healing. Don't take a diabetic.